has won 12, lost 5. Earned run average 1.90. He leads the National League, Tony, with the lowest earned run average.
Kurt Don Sutton with about the same assortment of pitches of Jimmy Palmer of the American League's Baltimore Orioles. Does not have the same style of delivery. He's a little bit shorter and quicker. Not as long motion, but he does have a good fastball, sinker, excellent slider, changes speeds on his curve very well.
Don is 27 years old, born in Clio, Alabama, lives now in Glendale, California. No defensive changes outside of the pitcher for the National League. Reggie Jackson, Richie Allen, and Carl Yastrzemski up for the American League in the top of the 4th. A ball to Reggie Jackson, who doubled off the right center field fence his first time. We told you the National League, many of their pitchers worked on Sunday, Saturday. There's the second hit for Reggie Jackson, a line drive into right. And the third hit of the game for the American League.
Now Jackson hit a high breaking ball off Gibson. He hit a low fastball off Sutton. The National League's got to be wondering, how do we pitch this man?
I think we'll see tonight Danny Murtaugh making more pitching changes. Richie Allen grounded to second his first time. Jackson at first, a good base runner. There's a bounding ball to Torrey at third. They go to second for 1, and they take him out at second. Jackson sliding in to Joe Morgan.
Let's watch Torrey as he gets the ball. A high hopper. Knew there was no double play. Getting a sure one. Watch this hard slide. And Joe Morgan saying, I've got to get out of here. Ooh, think they don't play for keeps in the All-Star game? Look at Reggie Jackson.
Carl Yastrzemski wearing the Red Sox new uniform. It'll be used after the All-Star break. The new knits that you're seeing in many of the ball clubs. Yastrzemski grounded out his first time. 1 ball, no strikes. Richie Allen at first. A high drive into right center. That ball is taken by Willie Mays right up against the fence. Richie Allen, the second, goes back to first. Yastrzemski nearly had one out of here. And he hit only 1 home run until this All-Star game, which is the most unbelievable statistic of the 1972 season.
He hit the ball very hard, Kurt, but he just got under it a little bit too towering.
Bobby Grich fouled out his first time. Watch his swing. It's very short and compact. He doesn't take a long sweeping swing. Foul back, strike 1.
A hitter with a compact swing like Bobby Grich and with a short stride is difficult to fool, which is unusual for a youngster coming up in the big leagues. They usually try and get him with slow curveballs and change-ups because they know they can hit the fastball.
Grich was a minor league player of the year last year with Rochester in the International League. Breaking pitch low and away. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 down. Richie Allen at first base. We're in the top of the 4th inning. The American League's ahead 1-0. Keeping Allen close. Bobby Grich was a fine quarterback in high school. Many colleges sought his services, but he chose baseball. Throw to first. Allen back. Bench really can snap those pegs around. You better not wander too far off the bag.
Sure, they talk about his great throwing arm, and it is a great throwing arm, but his footwork is so fantastically quick. He gets his feet in position, his body in position to throw quicker than any catcher I've ever seen.
2 balls and a strike to Bobby Grich. Sutton has an outstanding curve. That one's in. 2-2.
Or Dick Allen at first base is a good base runner and a good base stealer. Look at the lead he's getting.
This will be a 2-2 pitch to Grich. They struck him out. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 man left. We've gone 3.5 innings in Atlanta, and the score, the American League 1, the National League 0. NBC Television estimates an audience of over 50 million tonight on 220 television stations. The NBC Radio Network sending the play-by-play to millions more. The game is being seen in Mexico, Panama, Puerto Rico, Venezuela, the Virgin Islands, Colombia, Bermuda, Costa Rica, Guatemala, Canada in French and English, and the Armed Forces Radio and Television Service taking the game by shortwave. And they'll be watching Mickey Lolich warm up now, the leading winner in the major leagues of the All-Star break. He has won 17 and lost 6.
Kurt, talking about these pitchers in this All-Star game is almost like a broken phonograph record. Another power pitcher, Mickey Lolich, has an excellent fastball that is very punishing, especially on left-handed hitters. It'll sink one time, sail the next. Has a good change-up curve, an excellent slider, has all the pitches.
Now, if you take a good look at Mickey, you'll see he is not of the svelte type. So the stomach runs in my family. He's in with a breaking pitch for a strike. He weighs 215 pounds, is 6 feet tall. But how this man can pitch. A one-strike delivery. A ball, 1-1. Willie Mays grounded out his first time. He has finished 17 games in 24 starts, Lolich, this year. High foul. Upstairs, right over our NBC booth. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Mays. Hank Aaron on deck, and then Willie Stargell. Willie Mays is the oldest player in the game. There's Aaron. Mays is 41. The youngest player will be Cesar Cedeno, who's 21. 1-2 pitch. Foul back. Lolich has a shot at 30 this year. It's going to be a difficult task, but he could do it. A very durable pitcher. A 1-2 pitch. Cuts Mays' legs out from under him. And what Willie had to say there.
He's still quick, isn't he? You know, if you ever saw Willie Mays bat in person early in his career or on television, you may have noticed his stance was a little bit more closed. Now with age, Mays has removed that left foot farther from the plate to open those hips. He can get around quicker.
Lolich shakes his head as he misses 3-2. Lolich should have about 20 starts left with the Tigers this year. He would need to win 13 of those 20 to become a 30-game winner. A 3-2 pitch. Strike 3. Mays is called out on a breaking pitch. Jim Palmer overpowered the National League for 3 innings with 1 hit and no runs. And Hank Aaron up now. Hard to believe, Tony, that this man who's chasing Babe Ruth's record, a record they said would never be broken, when he broke into baseball, weighed only 158 pounds and was a line drive hitter, not a home run hitter. All in those wrists. A ball. Aaron is 38 years old.
Phil Freehan, the American League catcher, this time, like the last time, was setting up outside. They don't want to give Henry anything to pull.
The 1-0 pitch. 2-0 to Henry Aaron. The American League's ahead, 1-0. We're in the last of the 4th inning.
Aaron, the early part of his career, was a right field hitter. His power was to right center and right field. Now he's become almost a strict pull hitter to left.
Strike 1 to Aaron, 2-1.
He is probably as an aggressive a hitter as you will see. He really attacks the ball.
1 down, bases empty. Fouls it back in the count, 2-2. Mickey Lolich is 31 years old. He sort of lived in a shadow. He won 3 games in the '68 World Series, but that's the year McLean won 30 games. Last year, Vida Blue had the publicity in the American League. A high fly in the right, coming over is Jackson. Going back is Reggie Jackson puts it away. 2 down. Lolich was the leading winner in the majors last year, but he still did not win the Cy Young Award. And he was unhappy today. He said if he didn't start this game, he wouldn't pitch. Earl Weaver, the American League manager, talked to him in the clubhouse tonight, and they settled the differences, and Lolich is in. Willie Stargell walked his first time. 2 down, nobody on for the National League in the last of the 4th. Foul over by the American League dugout. Just out of play.
No curtain that Billy Martin, Earl Weaver controversy rages on even through the All-Star game. Telegram that Martin sent to League President Joe Cronin. He said he did not want his pitcher Lolich to pitch more than 2 innings in this ball game.
Yes, Mickey tires easily. He pitched 376 innings last year, the most of an American League pitcher since 1912. The strike. No balls, 2 strikes to Willie Stargell. He hits a high pop-up in the shallow right. Rod Carew going out, gives way to the man coming on, Jackson. The National League is down again, 1-2-3. At the end of 4 innings, it's the American League 1, the Nationals nothing. The commissioner of baseball there in the light suit. That's the commissioner's box. And in the top of the 5th inning, Robinson, Freehan, and Lolich. Brooks Robinson has been selected the most valuable player in the regular American League season of '64 for the All-Star game in '66 and the World Series of 1970. He's touched all the bases as the most valuable player. Don Sutton drops a curve in for a strike. Brooks grounded out his first time. Same National League team defensively on the field. Fastball inside to him, 1-1. Steve Carlton now starting to warm up in the National League bullpen. And also 2 catchers, Sam Guillen and Ted Simmons. High fly, shallow center. Joe Morgan, the second baseman, backpedaling, puts it away, and we have 1 down. Bill Freehan walked his first time. Danny Murtaugh told us, I'll probably make more changes than they will, because I believe in replacing an all-star with an all-star. It doesn't make any difference. Earl Weaver said, if I get ahead, I'm playing to win all the way. We need some victories to catch up. A ball to Freehan.
Johnny Bench leads off the National League's 5th inning when they come to the plate, and apparently Danny Murtaugh is going to rest him because he has Sam Guillen and Ted Simmons warming up in the bullpen.
1 out, nobody on in the 5th. Ball 2 to Bill Freehan. The American League scored a run in the 3rd. Freehan walked, was sacrificed to second by Palmer, and then scored on Rod Carew's single up the middle. And that's the lone run in this so-called hitter's ballpark. The 2-0 pitch. A high drive out in the left center. Willie Mays with his basket catch waiting. There it is. 2 down. Mickey Lolich. He hit a home run in the World Series against the Cardinals in '68. Ball one. I think it's the only one he ever hit in his life.
It was a pretty good swing off that Sutton fastball. He doesn't usually swing that well. Let's see how he does if Sutton decides to go with a breaking pitch.
2 down, nobody on. A ball. The game has been quiet so far. The pitching is completely dominated. Especially Palmer and Lolich. Two balls and a strike to Mickey Lolich.
Gaylord Perry now starting to loosen up for the American League All-Star team. Let this catcher Rodriguez to sit down and give him a low target. See a motion?
Foul off to the right of home plate. 2-2. City of Atlanta celebrating its 125th anniversary. Gigantic celebration last night. Ball 3, and part of the celebration is this baseball all-star game. They had 75,000 people downtown. They closed off famous Peachtree Street and had a cake that 30,000 shared a part of. Foul away. Two out, nobody on. 2-2 to Mickey Lolich.
Lolich hanging in there pretty well against Sutton. Usually he's got a smile on his face just fouling the ball off. Usually a pitcher like Sutton with a hitter like Lolich, he just blows him out of the ballpark.
Goodbye, Mickey, in the American League in the top of the fifth. We've gone halfway. In a 4.5, it's still the American League 1 and the National League nothing. A no-hitter doesn't automatically qualify a pitcher for the Hall of Fame. However, every major leaguer who pitches a no-hit game receives recognition in the Baseball Museum at Cooperstown, New York. The display includes the caps worn by all no-hit pitchers since 1967. Visit the Baseball Hall of Fame at Cooperstown, New York. Outside of the pitching, the American League made its first defensive change. Sal Bando replaces Brooks Robinson at third base, and he'll bat seventh in the American League lineup. Johnny Bench grounded into a double play his first time. Mickey Lolich delivers, outside with the ball. 1 run, 3 hits for the American League. No runs, 1 hit for the National League. Lee Mays on deck, and then Joe Torre. Ball 2. Lee May will be up next.
Johnny Bench, usually a pull hitter, likes to get a ball inside part of the plate. When you get 2 strikes on him, he will give in and go the opposite way, go to right field.
A strike delivered by Lolich. Bando playing deep for Bench down that third baseline. Bench is not a fast runner. The 2-1 pitch. A high drive deep down the line. That one may go foul. Foul ball by a couple of yards. Started down the line and then hooked.
Get a strong player like Bench. When he hits the ball, it usually hooks like a golf hook. As he hits it so hard, they put that overspin on it.
Those are the RBI leaders. You'll see Billy Williams in here, I know, tonight. He's been the hottest batter in the major leagues the last month. 2-2 to Bench. Base hit to left field. Yastrzemski up with it. And Bench is on. That's the second hit for the National League. Lee May single to left his first time. His brother Carlos watching him from the American League dugout. And Mrs. May, the mother, is here from Birmingham. I wonder who she's rooting for.
It's a tough choice, isn't it?
Both boys to do well.
And now May wants to look at the ball. No, he wants him to hold up. Wanted to get set up in the batter's box. Didn't want to get quick pitch.
Johnny Bench at first, nobody out. Fly ball to Yastrzemski. Barely has to move. 1 down. Bench played it halfway. Joe Torre struck out swinging the first time. He is now 1 hit and 16 times up in the All-Star game. Kessinger on deck. The American League leading 1-0 to just joined us. They scored that run in the third. There's a drive down the left field line. That ball is foul.
little bit of an indication, Kurt, that the balls that they're hitting off Lolich are probably inside out of the strike zone. For them to get around quickly, they have to get those hips out of the way, the barrel of the bat out in front quickly. And if it's inside 6 inches or a foot, they'll pull it foul.
Donnie Bench at first, 1 down, 1 strike to Torrey. 1-1. Everything Lolich throws moves. I don't think he could throw a ball straight if he had to.
You throw a fastball that'll do 3 different things. It'll sink one time, it'll run in on you as a left-handed hitter one time, next time it'll sail away from you.
1-1 pitch. 2-1. And he's usually down low. Makes you wrap that ball on the ground. This will be a 2-1 pitch. 3-1 to Joe Torrey.
They're probably the one ingredient that every pitcher on both of these All-Stars has on both leagues is he knows how to throw strikes. He is not afraid to challenge even a big hitter in a clutch situation. He can usually spot the ball inside, outside, up or down. But they throw strikes.
Notice how Lolich spins that ball behind his back. This will be a 3-1 pitch coming up. With a high pop outside first. Richie Allen waiting for it. He went a little bit too close to the dugout and had to go back. 2 down. Torrey fouling out to first baseman Allen. Don Kessinger flied to left his first time. He's a switch hitter, so he'll be batting right now against the left-hander. Five Cub players on the All-Star team. Oakland led with 6 players, the Major League team with the most players in this All-Star game. Ground ball to short. Bobby Grich flips to Rod Carew for the force out on bench. No runs for the National League. 1 hit, 1 man left. We've gone 5 innings. There's your score. 1-0 Americans. We have a new left fielder now, Billy Williams for the National League. Replacing Willie Mays in center field is Cesar Cedeno. At shortstop, Chris Spire. Kessinger leaves the game. Sanguillen goes behind the plate, replacing Johnny Bench. And Steve Carlton, who leads the major leagues in strikeouts this season, is now on the mound. Carlton has struck out 201 batters. He's won 14 games with a last-place team, lost 6, an earned run average of 2.48.
At his home plate umpire, Stan Landis, now talking to Earl Weaver. Weaver with his lineup card, his pencil out. He's getting all the changes in the National League All-Star lineup. And most importantly, the positions in which they will bat. We'll get those for you as soon as the message is relayed up to us as to the position these National League players, these replacements, are hitting in.
Cedeno is going to bat second. Place of Mays. Billy Williams will bat cleanup. Carlton is going to bat 8th. And Spire will hit 9th. Carlton delivers ball 1 to Rod Carew, and he's high with that one for 2-0. Carew, Mercer, and Jackson for the American League in the 6th inning.
Joe Torrey at third base, playing well up on the grass, looking for a possible bunt from Carew.
2 balls and a strike. Carlton comes into this game with a 9-game winning streak in the regular season. Bob Gibson had an 11-game streak. Carew missing the bunt. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Danny Murtaugh, the only manager of an All-Star game who retired and was called back to run an All-Star game. A supreme tribute to him. Managed the Pirates to the World Championship last year. It's ball 3. Danny retired because of his health. He's now scouting for the Pirates in their minor league system. Foul ball. And we have action again in the National League bullpen. Montreal's Bill Stoneman is starting to warm up. Carew is grounded out in single. And he walks.
He doesn't waste any time as the ball rolls back to the backstop. Sanguin had to hustle to retrieve it because Carew with his feet could have gone right on to second base. See now, manager Earl Weaver, with no outs, Carew with speed at first base, plays for the bunt, try and get another run.
Bobby Mercer's fouled out, lined to first base into a double play. Carew at first base, a threat. A ball to Mercer. Gibson pitched 2 innings, Blast 1 inning, Sutton 2 innings, a 1-hit shutout ball. And now Steve Carlton. A move to first.
He has a better move than that. A little decoy to set Carew up.
Carlton drops behind Mercer 2-0. Reggie Jackson is on deck. 1-0 in favor of the American League. We're in the 6th inning. Three to nothing. Carlton, 6'5", 27 years old, born in Miami, lives in St. Louis. And he's 3-0 pitch. A strike to Bobby Mercer.
Get an idea of the heat and humidity in this ballpark when you look at Stan Landis. The perspiration just rolling off his shoulders.
Throw to first to keep Carew close.
Lose a few pounds tonight.
Hit the first. May goes down for 1. Spire back for a double play. Double play the hard way. 3-6-3.
At one time, the man at first base who started the double play, Lee May, was not considered a good fielder. He has become much better than average. He makes the toughest play for a first baseman to throw to the shortstop. He has to get back to the bag quickly.
All right, the batting star of tonight's game, Reggie Jackson, is doubled off the right center field fence and is lined to single to right. 2 down for the American League, nobody on. Carlton crowds him for ball 1. Jackson is second in the American League and runs batted in. A 1-0 pitch. Curve fooled him, 1-1.
Jackson doesn't have many easy cuts. He's all out every swing.
He's kept that mustache. The owner of the Oakland A's, Charlie Finley, gave each player $300 if they'd grow a mustache for Mustache Day out in the Oakland Stadium, and some of the players have kept it.
Cost Mr. Finley about $10,000. Dick Allen on deck.
2 balls and 2 strikes.
Watch that swing once again. A good slider from Carlton. Kept his head down well.
Ground ball to Joe Morgan. And the American League's out in the 6th. They had no runs, no hits, and nobody left. The National League will be coming up now in the last of the 6th inning with the Americans leading 1-0. We have some defensive changes now. Rick Scheinblum has gone to right field for the American League. Jackson moves from right field to center field. There's Fisk behind the plate, the only rookie in the All-Star game of the Red Sox, Carlton Fisk. And Reggie Jackson now is playing center field. And a new pitcher is Gaylord Perry of the Cleveland Indians. So Mickey Lolich worked 2 innings, gave up 1 hit, no runs. Palmer and Lolich combined in 5 innings allowed the National League 2 harmless singles.
You've probably read in the paper about this young man right here. Gaylord Perry, they say he throws a spitball, a grease ball, a mud ball. He says, no, sir. But watch the motions he goes through. Touches the bill of his cap, rubs his sleeves.
The giant shortstop, Chris Spire, is hitting 9th. On deck at the top of the order will be Morgan. Cedenia's batting second now in center field. Aaron hitting 3rd. Billy Williams batting cleanup in left. Sanguin catching, hitting 5th. Lee May at first, batting 6th. Torrey at 3rd, hitting 7th. And the pitcher, Carlton, is batting in the number 8 spot. So that's the current National League batting order. Ball 1 to Chris Spire. Giants are proud of this youngster, Tony. They think he's the best young shortstop in baseball.
And he's learned to hit aside from playing his position defensively. He has driven in some key runs for that Giant team.
Fly ball in the right. Scheinblum comes on to take it. He had a fairly difficult chance on his first play, his first All-Star game.
Nobody can catch Perry and where he gets the foreign substance, if there is any. Some say it's in that glove along with the ball and his bare hand. He said it's a psychological weapon. As long as they think I keep throwing it, I'm going to keep doing it.
Joe Morgan has flied to center and flied to right. The ball, it's a quiet crowd in Atlanta as the National League has failed to explode so far. That's the little gestures he goes through. There's a ground ball. Carew up. Over to Richie Allen. 2 down. Well, I don't know what he's throwing, but he's throwing something this year. He's won 16 games and lost 8. He's not playing with a power-hitting ball club. And he has the lowest earned run average in the American League, 1.83.
If he does throw a pitch with a foreign substance on it, I can tell you what it looks like. Comes up to the plate almost like a knuckleball, almost no rotation, but it's as hard as a fastball. And about a foot or 2 in front of the plate, the bottom drops out.
Here's the youngest player in this game, and he leads the majors in batting. Cesar Cedeno of the Houston Astros, hitting .355. A strike. The Sporting News polled the players who they would have voted for this year in the All-Star game, and this fella got the most votes of any National League player by his peers. Perry's pitch. Change up, wrapped in the left field by the shortstop for a base hit. He's fast, makes the turn and hold. Cedeno, I don't think there's a doubt about it, is the coming superstar of baseball.
His manager, Harry Walker, says he has more ability than any young player he ever saw come to the big leagues. And remember, Harry Walker once managed and coached Roberto Clemente.
All right, Henry Aaron has been called out on strikes and flied out. No matter what you call it, hammering Hank, Hank the Hammer, bad Henry. He's bad news at home plate to an opposing pitcher. He and Perry, of course, opposed each other many times. Perry most of his career in the National League. Cedeno is quite a base stealer. He's at first, 2 down. 1-0, the American League ahead. It's the last of the 6th inning.
See Perry shaking off his young catcher, Carlton Fisk.
There's a drive in the deep left. Way back, way back. It is good, a home run.
There's Jackson coming from center field. Now watch Jazz. Remember, he made a great catch off bench a couple of years ago in an All-Star game. Now he goes up and tries to climb the fence. Ramming into the pole. Jackson coming over, but he could not contain the home run as we look at Chief Noklahoma giving Henry Aaron a hand.
One swipe of the bat from Atlanta's Hank Aaron, and the National League takes the lead 2-1. Billy Williams. Twisting fly down the left field line will be dropping out of play. And at the plate right now is the hottest batter in the major league, Billy Williams. What a clip he's been going for the Cubs. He's always been known as a streak hitter, but he's never been hotter than lately. He's hit .500 in his last 14 games. And he's hit 418 in the last month, over the last month. Now batting .342. Barry's in with a strike to him. Billy Williams up with 2 down, nobody on. The National League has just taken the lead, 2-1. Williams hits the fly into center field that Reggie Jackson draws a beat on. The side's retired, but they had 2 runs, 2 hits, and nobody left. And the score now, the end of 6, the National League 2, the American League 1. This is Kurt Gowdy and Tony Kubek. We're going to the 7th inning. A new pitcher for the National League, Montreal's Bill Stoneman. The rest of the lineup remains the same. And Tony, he'll be the 5th pitcher for the National League so far.
Stoneman with a pretty good fastball. He's a battler on the mound. He does not have the overpowering speed of some of the other pitchers we've seen so far tonight. He knows how to pitch.
He's a former Chicago Cub. On the short side, 5'10", 170. 28 years old. Born in Oak Park, Illinois. He's facing Richie Allen. Takes the strike, and Wilbur Wood, the knuckleballer now, starting to loosen up in the American League bullpen. Watch Dick Allen. He has a habit of the bat going forward over in front of his face and then coming back. Wilbur Wood.
Allen has what you might consider a buggy whip swing. Swings that big 40-ounce bat, as does Manny Sanguillen.
Foul ball. He and Sanguillen, I think, used the 2 heaviest bats in the major league.
Allen is the kind of hitter that might swing and miss almost any pitch in the strike zone one time, and you come back with the same pitch, and he'll hit it 450 feet.
Big bounding ball to shortstop Chris Spire. Throw to Mahan, there's 1 down, and Allen's failed to get the ball out of the infield. We're going to pause briefly for station identification. This is the NBC Television Network.
This is WMAQ TV, Chicago.
Carl Yastrzemski has grounded out and narrowly missed a home run to center field his last time up. He's 0 for 2. He has a .350 All-Star game average coming into this game. 7 of his hits were compiled in 2 games. 4 hits in one, 3 in another. 1 ball, no strikes. Bobby Grich on deck. He curves him for a strike. 1-1. The American League now trailing for the first time. 2-1 in the top of the 7th.
If you look at Yastrzemski, you might notice he has begun to choke up on the bat just a shade. He holds his hands very high, as does Bobby Tolan of the National League.
1-2. He's always taken one of the hardest swings in baseball.
Hitting the ball more to left field this year than he has in the past. More like when he came up, Kurt, when you first saw him.
That's right. The first year with the Red Sox, he used to hit about 80% of his shots to left and left center. Then he turned into a pull hitter. And he strikes out on a fastball. 2 down. Bobby Grich is fouled out, struck out. These all-star games have been close in recent years. I think 4 of the last 5. 5 of the last 7 decided by 1 run. 3 of the games have been extra inning games. 1 ball, no strikes to Grich. 2 out, the base is empty. A ball with a lead now. And 2 down going into the late innings. Joe Torre plays right on that third baseline to keep the ball from going down the line for extra bases. He'll give him the single to his left. The outside delivery is for ball 3 to Bobby Grich. Sal Bando on deck. 3-1 count.
Rich with that short stroke has pretty good power, and especially in this ballpark, and this is the pitch he wants. 3 balls, 1 strike. He'll be looking fastball all the way. Wants the ball inside so he can have the good rip.
Bounding ball to Chris Spire. Uncorks a strong throw to nail him at first base, and he had to get rid of that ball in a hurry. So we'll have a 7th inning stretch now in Atlanta with a score: the National League 2, the American League 1. We have a couple of more changes for the American League. Joe Rudy is in left field now. Oakland's Joe Rudy replacing Carl Yastrzemski. And Norm Cash has taken over at first base for Richie Allen. We'll find out where they're going to hit in the lineup.
Now the man at bat who believes in thou shalt not pass, Manny Sanguillen. He's taking his swings now before the pitcher has even thrown a ball. Heavy bat, as Kurt mentioned earlier, 40 ounces like Richie Allen of the American League.
Manny Sanguillen will swing at anything. Over his head in the dirt. He hates a walk. Right after that first pitch, Carew tosses him out, and there's 1 down. The American League batting order in the 8th inning will be, they're due to have Bando leading off. Then Fisk and Perry. Cash, who just went in at first base, is going to hit in Richie Allen's cleanup spot. There's the leadoff batter for the 8th, Bando. And Joe Rudy, who's replaced Yastrzemski, will hit 5th in Yastrzemski's spot. Lee May a single and flied out. Ball 1. Well, the story of this game, with 2 down, nobody on, young Cesar Cedeno, single to left. And Hank Aaron hit a home run to left to put the National League ahead. And you know how badly Aaron wanted to hit one in front of his hometown fans, and he did it. 1 ball, 1 strike to Lee May.
Joe Torre on deck.
2 runs, 4 hits for the National League. 1 run, 3 hits for the American League. Just missed with that one. 2-1.
In the bullpen for the National League, Tug McGraw of the Mets, the left-hander, Clay Carroll, the right-hander, 2 of the top relief pitchers in baseball.
A high fly to Reggie Jackson in center. 2 down.
Notice Jackson is wearing the yellow top of his Oakland A's uniform. Joe Rudy, the left fielder, wearing a green top.
Yes, and they have white uniforms, too. They have 3 different types of color uniform. Joe Torre struck out, fouled out. Jim Palmer pitched shutout 3-inning baseball. Lolich shut out the National League for 2 innings. Gaylord Perry was tagged for 2 hits and 2 runs in the 6th. A ball.
Next scheduled hitter is the pitcher, and manager Danny Murtaugh has not yet sent anybody into the on-deck circle.
Two and nothing to Joe Torre with 2 out, nobody on. 2-1 in favor of the National League in the last of the 7th. Foul away. $53,107. The paid attendance was announced before the game started. It was sold out. Over 20,000 tickets returned. A solid hit to left by Torre. Joe Rudy flips back into the infield. That's the 5th hit for the National League. Red Schoendienst there, the first base coach. And Storman's going to bat for himself.
You know, Kurt, one of the ironies of that Henry Aaron home run is the fact that Gaylord Perry, who was in the National League most of his career, is pitching to the youngster Carlton Fisk. And Perry shook off Carlton Fisk 4 or 5 times. He wanted to throw his own pitch. The pitch he threw, Bad Henry hit out of the ballpark.
When Henry Aaron hit his historic 600th homer, he hit it off Gaylord Perry right in this park. Now, we showed you the spot where he hit it, and it's marked out there 600 on the left bleacher wall in the, there it is. That's the 500th one, number 500. 600 is over in the American League bullpen, about 15 feet inside the left field line. There it is, 600. Right above the warm-up action of Wilbur Wood. 1 ball, 1 strike to Bill Stoneman. One and two. The catcher, Carlton Fisk, is the only rookie in this game. We've been talking about Hank Aaron, Ted Williams, Stan Musial, Willie Mays, some of those all-time greats. Never made this game as a rookie. Youngster's been a big surprise this year. From Charlestown, New Hampshire. And another surprising statistic, if I asked you who is the slugging percent leader of the major league, you'd probably say Johnny Bench, Willie Stargell, Richie Allen. It's Carlton Fisk. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Bill Stoneman. Fisk is fast for a catcher, good receiver, excellent arm. Stoneman strikes out. The National League is gone in the last of the 7th. They had no runs and a hit, 1 left at the end of 7. The National League 2, the American League 1.